Hey guys, I forgot I was alive. Hey guys, can you hear me? I low-key forgot. Hey guys, I don't know what time it is. This is not a regular time I go live. But hi! It's very late here in Japan right now. Like very late. But I thought I would live stream because I was awake anyways. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, which is I don't know. I couldn't sleep, so I thought I'd go live. It is very good to be home in Japan, my happy place. I feel like the only reason I can take on the world, you know, traveling all these countries all the time, is because I know eventually I'll be back home in Japan. You know what I'm saying? It helps me get through the hard times, coming back home and relaxing. So yeah, I'm trying to soak it in because I have to leave soon. But anyways, we're enjoying the moment. We are enjoying the moment. And my birthday's next week. I'm very excited to turn 30. And I've just been reminiscing on life. So that's what I wanted to talk about in this live stream. I wanted to talk about my 20s because they're over. I've been to Northern Ireland. I've been to Northern Ireland because I think Northern Ireland is considered a different country, right? I didn't know if Northern Ireland was a different country, like separate from Ireland, so I went to Northern Ireland, yeah. But I think it's not a different country, right? Yes, we have our own country. Yeah, that's why I went to Northern Ireland. I've been. Beautiful. I love Ireland and Northern Ireland. I think Ireland, yeah, it is a separate country, right? Right. We fought the Battle of Bayonne. Right. Yep, I've been. Absolutely gorgeous. I love both Ireland and Northern Ireland. Beautiful, beautiful countries and very nice people. I just said that. Yeah, Northern Ireland is different, right? Right. Yeah, loved it. Obsessed. Obsessed with Ireland and Northern Ireland. And I remember trying to figure out if I should go to Northern Ireland because at the time I think I was confused if they were two different, you know what I'm saying. But yes, I've been. Beautiful. Loved it. I loved it. I'm done Europe, actually. Well, there's only one country in Europe that I have not been to, which is, even though, is that considered Europe? The UK. The UK. Yeah, it's Europe, right? I don't know. But yeah, it's Europe. There's only one country I have not been to in Europe, and it's Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein. So yeah, it's 1:30 here in Japan. But I couldn't sleep, so I thought I'd randomly go live. I'm about to leave to Kyoto. I've been in Osaka for a week, so I'm going home to Kyoto. Kyoto's my actual home, you know what I'm saying? In like 5 hours, I'm gonna get on the train and go to Kyoto. What do y'all like to hear? A history of a fact about my lovely country of Northern Ireland. So today this live stream, thank you, is about the things I've learned in my 20s. We could do a different live stream about Ireland. You have been to Tokyo. Amazing. I hate Tokyo. I'm just kidding. I love Tokyo, but I always say that it's the worst part of Japan. Like, I understand why everybody wants to go to Tokyo, I totally get it. But I always tell people, if you come to Japan, it's not real Japan. Although I understand Tokyo is a vibe. It definitely is, you know, it's Tokyo. But I would say if you come to Japan, go to Tokyo maybe 2 days and then come to Kyoto, come to Osaka, go to Hakone if you can, or Fujiyama. Fujiyama is the north where Mount Fuji is. It's like real Japan, you know? So anyways, Japan is such a small country that you can visit multiple cities in one trip, and you should. You should do that. But anyways, Tokyo is a vibe. Still one of my favorite places on planet Earth. Osaka is way more traditional Japan than Tokyo is. I would say Tokyo is fake Japan. It's not Japanese culture. I don't know what that is. It's like futuristic. I don't know. It's touristy Japanese culture. So anyways, it's all great anyways, and if you had an opportunity to come to Japan at all, I think that's really cool. It's my favorite country in the world. So yeah, hi, thank you. Happy holidays. So yeah, I want to talk about 20. I wrote down 20 different things that oh my gosh, Tokyo is so touristy that Japan is trying to figure out how to get people out of Tokyo. Like it's gotten to a point where they might have to start limiting the amount of people that come to Tokyo, because it's getting to a point where it's too much tourism. Okay, so I wrote down 20 things that I learned in my 20s because I am leaving my 20s. I am only 29 for how many days? Because it's the 18th today in Japan. So 8 more days I will be in my 20s. On Christmas Day, I turned 30. I'm drinking barley tea, by the way. Yummy. Okay. I'm very excited about turning 30, and I was just thinking, like, what are some things I learned in my 20s? Amongst, I mean, I'm sure there's a trillion things, but I don't know. I wanted to talk about the 20 things I thought of just now, and see what you guys think. I don't know your guys' age group, but I still think it's good info because I feel like I learned a lot. Yeah, I'm 30 next week. I'm a Christmas baby. Yep. Born December 25th. So, I think that's why my mom named me Mary. My mom named me Mary, and then she put Jane as my middle name, and then at the last minute, she put Maryjane together, like as my full name. So I know the Mary part was like, oh, she's born on Christmas, we're definitely naming her Mary. But my name's Maryjane. But anyways, since I'm leaving my 20s, I'm very excited to leave the 20s, by the way. Some people are like, no, I don't want to leave my 20s. No, I want to feel young. I'm like, I'm so ready to get this over. I mean, I loved them. I had so much fun. But I'm like, I'm nothing but excited because, I don't know, I've grown up a lot. So I have 20 different things I learned at 20s. We're going to go through these things and see if you guys agree or see if you guys feel the same at all. And so, yeah, let's jump into them. Oh, and I'm simultaneously fundraising for anybody. Ooh, hold up. I didn't even make my little whiteboard. I have a whiteboard. You always need a whiteboard for fundraising today to help me with this mission of visiting all the countries on planet Earth. So yeah, I'm in Japan right now, but I leave the first week of January. Um, please share your 20 in 6 years. Oh, I'm gonna share. Give me a second. Hold on, let's do 350. I'm gonna share with you 20 things I learned in my 20s. I feel like my 20s were very interesting because I only traveled. That's it. That is it. All I did was travel in my 20s. I didn't get married. I didn't have kids. I just traveled to 139 countries. From age 21, to age 29, I visited 139 countries. So I had quite the interesting ride, to put it lightly. So I learned a lot. Okay, I made a chart. I've learned something about the internet. The internet, or live streams. I've been live streaming for, I started this summer. And the most commented thing on live stream is, you look like fill in the blanks. All people want to do is tell you who you look like. And also, what is your ethnicity? Those are the two most commented things on my live streams. You look like insert name, and then what's your ethnicity? Okay, 350. And I'm gonna, actually, I think I took the path of least resistance, to be honest, in my 20s, as somebody who traveled, who did not do other things. A lot of people had kids. A lot of people have a mortgage. I don't have a mortgage. I don't have kids, and I don't have student loans. So I think that I took the path of least resistance, even though only traveling sounds luxurious, but actually, I think it was the cheapest and not easy, but I think it would have been my life would have been more, what's the word? Difficult, more expensive, if I had stayed in school. I dropped out of college, so my student loan stopped, and if I had kids, my life would have been way more expensive. And if I had like a mortgage or whatever. So anyways, you're the queen of melanin travel content? Thank you. I don't know what melanin travel content is, but thank you, I guess. And thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Thank you very much. So, I want to raise 350 today in the live stream, so I made a very aesthetic whiteboard. We're going to put her here. I don't know what melanin travel content is, but thank you. I think it was a compliment. I just make travel content, you know what I'm saying? For anybody. Okay, hold on. We're going to put her... Boom! Okay. So yeah, if anyone wants to donate, the donation method is via Cash App, which is pinned in the comments. And we're going to see if we can raise 350. Hey, if 10 people donate $35, we'll hit it. Boom! Okay, sorry. Hold on, guys. I'm going to get started in a second here. Boom. Okay, there we go. Okay. So, 20 things I learned in my 20s, because I turned 30 next week, and my 20s have come to a close, and I feel like I learned so much in these last 10 years. I think I took a different route in life than a lot of people take. I feel like a lot of people go to school or go to a university in their 20s, 3 or 4 or 5 years. A lot of people get married. A lot of people spend a lot of time in relationships, like a romantic relationship, And a lot of people have kids between 20 and 30. And I didn't do any of those things. I dropped out of college when I was, how old was I? 20. I dropped out of school and I moved to China and never looked back. Never looked back. And I feel like for a while I think for a while I felt like an outsider, because it's like I felt like everybody was taking this path in life: kids, school, relationships, and I just was traveling my butt off without stopping. And you know, a lot of very interesting countries that um, a lot of people don't go to. But in the meantime, I still feel like I'd never felt like I was not learning, or I was not, yeah, I'm debt free. I immediately dropped out of college because it was so unbelievably, ridiculously like the the way that college will rack up debt on you is crazy. I dropped out for many reasons. That was one of them. Hi. And I've been traveling, but I definitely do not feel, yes, I'm in Japan. I definitely don't feel stupid. And I don't feel like I took a bad route. I feel like I very much think that traveling is better than going to school. And I know that is very controversial, but it's just something that I truly believe, and I want all the young people to hear it. And I'm going to tell my kids can do whatever they want. I don't have kids yet, but when I do, my kids can do whatever they want. If they want to go to a 4-year college, by all means, I'm going to be like, go for it. Very proud of you. But I'm not going to tell them that. I'm going to tell them, go travel while you're young. It's going to be way cheaper, I think, a better life experience, and way more. I think letting the world shape you instead of like a university. This video is not about school. Okay, we're just moving on. Okay, so 20 things I learned. We're going to get back to that. 20 things I learned in my 20s. Okay. We're going to go over this point quickly. The number one thing I wrote down was, you don't have to stress over relationships. I feel like so many people waste so much mental capacity and waste so much emotional stress, and actually can end up in very, very bad situations because so many people are stressed over a relationship in their 20s. I mean, it's not like it can't happen in your 30s and your 40s. Of course it can. But I'm saying your 20s are a very special time in your life. You're just coming out of being a kid, and you're not supposed to spend the whole time freaking stressed out and, I don't know, getting yourself overwhelmed with who you're going to spend the rest of your life with. I mean, I just couldn't be more happy. I lay in bed at night and I am so happy that I did not get married. Oh my gosh, thank you, Jesus. I am so happy that I didn't get pregnant with somebody that I have to have a relationship with for the rest of my life. Now, am I saying relationships are bad? No, I'm not saying relationships are bad. I think they're beautiful. I think marriage is beautiful. I think having children after marriage is beautiful. But it's very hard to, one, select that person in your 20s. For some people, it works out. For some people, they know how to pick a good man or good woman. They know how to be a good man and good woman. I didn't. I did not. I had no idea how to pick a good man. Are you kidding me? I was picking the worst of the worst of the worst. And I myself was not the best You know what I'm saying? Like, I was a nut job, you know, for a lot of my 20s, and I didn't know how to be a good companion to somebody. So all I'm saying is, if I feel like more people should spend way less time worried about, like, who's my person? Oh, I want this person so bad. And then you find somebody and you try to dig your fingers into them. You dig your nails into somebody and you try to make it work so bad and it's not working. And it's just like, I feel like, relax. Let things play out. Let people mature. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's people that I know now that I had such a toxic relationship with, but now everything's cool because we just both needed to mature. You know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes you just gotta let people mature. You gotta let life hit people sometimes. Don't be so mad when somebody doesn't treat you right. Starting life at 27, all my types either want polygamy or have children already. I get that. I mean, I'm not saying the alternative is what? You don't date and you wait till you're 30? No, I'm not really saying anything as far as like, don't date, don't marry in your 20s. I'm not saying that, because there's also challenges that come with, you know, your 30s and being in a relationship in your 30s, like, you know, trying to find somebody who doesn't have kids, and trying to polygamy. I've never heard of that. Well, no, I've heard of it, but I've never experienced that. But there's people out here. You know what I'm saying? There's tons of people out here. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. They ain't going nowhere. And there's tons of people in that boat that wanted to mature first, that wanted to get their life panned out first. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just so, one thing nobody will ever take away from me, which I'm so happy about, is the fact that I can be alone. I would love to be married and have kids, and I really hope that I do get married and have kids. But if I don't, I am perfectly fine. Perfectly, perfectly. I lay my head on the pillow at nighttime in total peace. I'm not sad. I'm not like, I wish. And I feel like that should be everybody's situation. Like, I don't feel like we should be devastated unless we're in some kind of relationship. And I just noticed that a lot of people in your 20s, you're so stressed about who's my husband, who's my wife. And it's just like, don't stress about that. That should be the last thing you're worried about. Lock in, get your life sorted out. Go after your dreams. You only are 20 once. Go after some crazy dream. Go after, I don't know, travel the world. And that's one reason I know I've been able to visit 139 countries, is because I never let somebody hold me back. I never was liking somebody to the point where I'm like, you are going to change my life trajectory. No, there's no way. I was laser focused. And I'm not saying that I didn't care about people. I cared about people. But there was maybe 2 or 3 times where I liked somebody and it almost got me to quit my dreams. My dreams! Which is visiting every country in the world and traveling and blah, 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 blah. But there was like 3 times where I liked somebody and they didn't want me doing this anymore. Are you kidding me? That's true. Mastering being alone is actually a goal because things come without asking. That's what I try to say. When I finally let go, when I finally was like, you know what? I'm not going to worry anymore about, I'm not going to try so hard to I used to feel like every time I liked somebody, I had to hold on for dear life. Like I had to dig my nails into them and try so hard to make this thing work. As soon as you let go, as soon as you say, you know what, if somebody's meant to be in my life, they're going to be in my life. If somebody's going to like me, I'm not going to have to beg them to like me. If somebody wants to stick around, I'm not going to have to beg them to stick around. And if I don't feel like I'm being treated right by somebody, that's perfectly fine. Let them go, let them mature. And I also have maturing to do. And it's so much easier. It is so much easier. Just letting life happen. Just let it happen. Don't try to wrestle so hard with people. Hey, girl. If somebody, there's one thing that nobody wants to hear. If somebody likes you, they are going to try everything to stay in your life. You're not going to have to be like, how do I contort and how do I change and how do I, plot to figure out how to make this work with somebody. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not, you're going to always have to do that then. You're going to always have to keep that energy. And there was this one guy in particular that hurt me so freaking bad. I thought I was going to die. I honestly thought I was going to have a heart attack and die because somebody hurt me so bad. A guy that I liked for about 3 or 4 years. And we were always arguing, and I felt like I always had to do something to keep him. And listen, girls, listen, because I'm about to put you on to something. As soon as I said, forget you, I'm done, go. If you don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? As soon as I let go and said, I'm over it, and I started doing my own thing, this man, I'm just saying, this is what happens 9 times out of 10. When you let go, finally, it's either one or two things are going to happen. The situation's going to end, which is a good thing. If you let go of something and the situation ends, that's good. That is a good thing. You're showing, you are helping yourself before the thing turns, and you really get hurt. But as soon as I let go, all the people came running back to me. You know what I'm saying? And now this person whom I don't like anymore, which is so funny because, when you're young, you think you like somebody so much. And really, unfortunately, if you have daddy issues, which not all girls have daddy issues, but I definitely had daddy issues. Sometimes you're liking somebody out of trauma, which is not a good thing, So when I finally got over this dude and didn't care about him anymore, the dude down my throat. Now I don't like you anymore. And I'm not saying that you should play games with somebody and pretend you don't. No, I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is don't try to fight and wrestle so hard for people to be in your life, because I'll tell you something. There are going to be times where you screw up and there are going to be times where the other person screws up, and you need somebody who is willing to stick it out with you. End of story. Because none of us are perfect. So you want to be with somebody who's willing to just stick it out with you. And that takes a mature, good person. And you should never try to force that on anybody. You should never be begging. You should never, especially women, never, do not beg somebody to be in your life, because you're always going to have to do that. So anyways, I wish I had learned that sooner than later. And we're all trying to find our place in life. That's why I think your 20s is a place that the last thing on your mind should be who's your husband or who's your wife or who's going to be your girlfriend or your boyfriend. Skip that. Are you kidding me? You're in your 20s. Go do something awesome. Go on a solo trip to Tokyo. If you want to go to Tokyo, go to Tokyo. Or go take a 3-month or 4-month trip to, I don't know, something random. Something random. Do something, because you're in your 20s. You will never have this time back. And it is such a beautiful time in your life. You're sitting here worried about a person that is probably gonna come and go. Statistics say that the person, in your 20s, we're all trying to figure our lives out. So I don't know. If that's what you want to do, then by all means go for it. But I think it's you can protect yourself from toxic relationships, harmful relationships, being hurt easily, And I don't think it should be stressed over. If a relationship comes to you and it's a beautiful opportunity and go for it. I mean, but don't stress over that, and don't make it your life's mission in your 20s. Go live. It's fun. Go travel. Okay. So that was the first thing I learned. I would say in my 20s. Not the first thing I learned, but something I definitely learned as I'm looking back at the past 10 years of my life, because I turned 30 next week. In your opinion, okay. Okay, so I'm listing 20 things I've learned in my 20s because I turn 30 next week, and I just feel like I've learned so much. And it's been a very, very fun ride. And I just want to speak to, oh, you love the fit. I'm in my pajamas. It's actually 2 o'clock in the morning right now. I'm in my pajamas, but thank you. I appreciate it. So second thing I learned in my 20s, I'm also fundraising today for my mission of visiting all the countries. I'm not saying everybody has to do this, but I think that just try something crazy. Go for it in life, especially in your 20s. This is the perfect time if you're in your 20s. If you're in your 30s, of course you could still go for things. If you're in your 40s, of course it's still young, you can go for things. If you're in your 50s, of course you could still go for things. You're still young. But I'm just speaking of 20s because I just finished them. So that's the only reason I'm speaking like this. Yeah, I'm AI. Yes. Aw, thank you so much. You've been watching for years. I love it. I appreciate it. There's people who've been here for a minute through all the ups and downs, and I think life might be a series of stupid mistakes. It was that for me. I've been failing for the past 10 years, but I think that that is what life is. I think too many people are scared of failing. Are you kidding me? You should fail, 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 fail. Get it over with. Learn. You know what I'm saying? Because how else are you going to learn? I mean, I'm not saying life should be taken to a point where you're trying to make no mistakes. No, you're going to make them. I mean, that's all I've been doing, but I've been learning, which is important. And there's no time to like your 20s to just learn. I'm not saying do stupid things, no. But you will make mistakes in your 20s. You will make mistakes your whole life, but don't take your life so seriously in your 20s to where you're so scared to you're so scared to make a mistake. You're going to make mistakes, but that's how you learn. That's what I don't necessarily like Bill Gates. But Bill Gates, we can't deny that he's, a successful man. And he says the only way you can learn in life is to fail. How else do you learn? So you learn everything. Anything, everything. So anyways, I'm also fundraising today. So I wanted to raise $350 in this live stream. We've got a very beautiful whiteboard behind us right here. If 10 people donate $35, we'll hit it. We'll hit today's live stream goal, fundraising goal. The donation method is via Cash App, which is pinned in the comments. Everything helps me to keep going on this mission of visiting all the countries. I'm not done yet. I have 56 more countries to go to, which first week of January, I will be off to visit them. Whoa! Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much. Use your 20s for adventure and exploration. Use your 30s beyond building and discoveries. Totally agree with Dave. Adventure and exploration. Like, thank you so much to the amazing angel who just sent the super chat. But yeah, I totally agree with Dave. Use your 20s for fun. Stop worrying about, this boy hurt me. Are you kidding me? First of all, let me be very honest about something. Nobody's mature in their 20s. I wasn't mature. I'm still not very mature. But like I definitely was the opposite of mature at 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So you're expecting somebody in their 20s to be mature enough to stick around and treat you right? I'm sorry. You're asking a lot from a person. You're even asking a lot from a person in their 30s. You know what I'm saying? Me and my sister have a joke. I mean, it's not really, it's just a joke, but it's like, we have this thing. It's like, no man, and no offense to men. We love men. We're not man haters here. But in my opinion, like, men need at least 30 years to be able to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be judgmental, but like, I don't know. It's just a joke that I kind of actually mean, you know? You know, they say there's truth in every joke. Like, I didn't want to date anybody at 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Everybody's too immature. In a good way, though. Like, I'm not saying you have to be so mature in your 20s. I'm being honest. You need to give men a little bit of time. You need to let them, you know what I'm saying? Now there's plenty. I mean, my brothers, I have brothers who are mature, but I feel like it's a little rare. I don't know. I guess I agree with the same thing about women, if I'm being very honest. I think we need time. If you shouldn't be so, I just know so many girls and guys, I know them, who got so hurt in a relationship. And it's like, women mature faster than men. I think so. And I think sometimes women will be way more ready for something serious than a man is. Like, and I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is, you can avoid a lot of hurt in your life if you don't expect total devotion and total love from somebody. Like, think about what that takes. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot to be totally devoted and to totally love somebody correctly. And if you're asking somebody to do that with you in your 20s, I'm not saying you shouldn't, and I'm not saying it won't work out. I'm just saying that it's hard. That's all I'm saying. It's just hard. For me, it was hard, and I observed a lot of other people that's hard for, and that shouldn't be a bad thing. If somebody hurts you, don't take it personally. People need time. People need lessons to learn sometimes first. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, that's actually good news, you know? It's good news that we need a little bit maturing time. So don't worry so much about if you don't feel like, or even just focusing on a serious relationship in your 20s. You can avoid a lot of crap. So anyways, even if you have a relationship and in your 20s, or you had one, that is beautiful. Definitely not saying that that's a bad thing. Okay, moving on. My third point about things I learned in my 20s was the focused succeed. Okay, so what does that mean? I think that a lot of people waste their time. And there's very few focused people. What does focus mean? I guess the world is like this crazy place that wants your attention. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat. Yay, thank you. Wait, we need to write this down. I think we've done $10 so far. Thank you so much. We raised $10. If you can donate to help me keep going on this mission of visiting every country in the world and bring you guys awesome videos, donation method is Cash App, which is pinned in the comments if you don't have that. Super chats are awesome. Thank you so much for the super chat. So yeah, the focused succeed, in my opinion. What does focused mean? I think a lot of people are easily distracted in the world, meaning, I don't know, like, there's tons of people that just watch other people, or like scroll. What they do the most is just scroll on their phone, watch Netflix, or party and drink, hang out at parties every weekend. And in my opinion, there's no way you can get far in life and do that. There's so many people that wasted precious time partying and clubbing. And even worse, if you had a chart where somebody showed you in the last 10 years how much time you've spent watching TV series like Netflix, which is why I deleted Netflix, and or scrolled on your phone, you'd probably want to throw up. You'd probably want to throw up thinking about what you could have done with that time. People miss out on living through people on social media. Literally, people miss out on life living through people on social media. No, seriously. And I saw a video today of this girl saying, like, social media is made to take your attention, and especially the drama. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of drama online, and you'll get so wrapped up with something online and you'll feel so invested. Meanwhile, this has nothing to do with your life at all. Nothing to do with your life. But for some reason, you can't get your attention off of it. You spend hours a day as if this is something that's actively happening to you in your life. And that's scary. I think social media should be used as a tool. I think it is very useful, obviously, for connecting with people that you'd never be able to connect with. And sure, entertainment, but maybe some people have social media and the internet or Netflix series or whatever, and that's like what you're dedicated to in life. I mean, unless you're on social media and you're an influencer, it's your job. But even then, you need to be able to put it in its place in your life. So you cannot be focused and distracted at the same time. So you have to pick one: focused or distracted. Focused or distracted. Can I add, staying with my parents until 27 was a part of the problem. You cannot really grow psychologically, realistically. Your greatest potential cannot be achieved. I agree with you. But I understand some people have, they have very good reasons. But I agree that I think when you're young, go away. Go somewhere you've never been before. Get away from everything you know and everybody you know. Because chances are, a lot of people aren't going to understand your dreams. A lot of people aren't going to understand doing something different. And they're going to talk you out of it. They're going to talk you out of your dreams. They're going to talk you out of an idea that you should have went for. You might have had this great idea one day and you should have went for it, but then somebody in your family says something smart to you and kills that dream. That's why I believe people should get away from, I'm not saying get away from your family, but I'm kind of saying get away from your family. Not forever, but just go somewhere. Go on a trip to Vietnam or something random. Money returns, time doesn't. And not everything is so expensive. Like, school is, I don't know. I just think that I know people who've done it and it turned out amazing for them. I have a friend who, yeah, I don't know. I just think that sometimes it's hard to grow and be around what you've always been around. So, yeah. Okay, so we're talking about things I've learned in my 20s because I'm turning 30 next week. I'm 29 for only 8 more days. 8 more days. So I'm talking about all the things I learned in the past 10 years because I'm about to leave and I'm about to enter a new decade in my life. And so I just want to talk about all the things that I've learned in my 20s. We said, the first thing I said was don't stress over relationships. People need time to mature. People need time to mature. Let them mature. You shouldn't let somebody hurt you in your 20s because, yes, people are going to treat you bad. And if you're not careful, it can really damage you. You're playing with fire. Don't give people that ability to hurt you so badly. Don't do it. And that's why I always tell people to not have sex, especially casual sex. You are opening up a dangerous door. You're opening up, first of all, it connects you with a person on a deep level. And once you're connected with a person on that deep level, buckle up. Buckle up. Because if that person happens to want to leave you, or finds out they don't like you that much, or wants to be with another person as well, good luck. All I'm saying is good luck with that. That has ruined so many lives. And it didn't have to. You could have went the easy route. You could have went the easier route, which is, you know, I'm good and I don't want to connect myself on this deep level with somebody that is temporary. And then I have to deal with, you know, and for somebody to say that you can do that and not, you know, get deeply connected with somebody, impossible. Impossible. Now, within marriage, go for it. Yes, it's a very good thing, but I don't know, you're playing with fire. You're playing with fire. And how many families, I wish there could be like a number where we would know how many families have been started accidentally. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with families. There's nothing wrong with children, but I just know there's so many people that said, I wish I would have like waited a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And not have so intimately. You know, I said this to one girl. So when I was in Brazil, I met this girl on the beach and we hung out the whole day. And this is a crazy story. I don't think I told I told my mom. But anyways, I met this girl when I was in Brazil. We were sitting on the beach together, and then she asked me to go to dinner with her. So we went out to dinner, and she was telling me about how in Brazil, it means nothing to sleep with somebody. In Brazil, you meet somebody and the same day you will go sleep with that person, and it means nothing. Like it does not mean you're dating. It does not mean the person even likes you. It's very normal. And so she was trying to convince me that there's nothing wrong with that. And I was trying to say to her, are you kidding me? And she was saying, there's nothing wrong with it. And she was saying, I feel like you're being judgmental. Because I was telling her that that was not okay, that there's nothing casual about sleeping with somebody, even if you agree mutually that it's casual. And so she got very offended, and she was saying that I was being judgmental and that not everybody has to live life the same way. Then we started digging a little bit more, and I find out that this girl, anyways, I find out a couple things about her, and she starts crying, and she starts opening up about her past, about her childhood, about how her dad has not been in her life. Her mom and dad were never together. They slept together and made her, and how, you know, she doesn't have a great relationship with her mom or her dad, and the effect it's had on her and her life, and how she doesn't ever really want to get married because of what she witnessed in her family. And I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. And you're saying that sleeping with somebody is not a big deal, but then you're telling me that all the trauma in your life comes from the fact that your mom and dad casually, you know what I'm saying? And so you don't even believe what you're saying. And I was never being judgmental to her. We're still friends, even though we had a little bit of an argument. We're still friends, but I don't think anybody actually agrees that that is just something casual. I think some people do it sometimes from a place of hurt. They don't want to get hurt, so they were like, oh yeah, this thing is casual, when it's not. So all I'm saying is, you can save yourself a lot of trouble if you, you could save yourself a lot of trouble by just getting to know somebody for a long time. And for a long time before you ever do that. I don't know. It's kind of awkward. It's not awkward. I don't believe that we should be sleeping with people we're dating. So, Anyways, moving on. Moving on. The next point I learned is being afraid of people. Hi. So I'm talking about 20 things I learned in my 20s. Hold on. The whiteboard. We need to set up the whiteboard a little bit. Hold on. Okay. I'm talking about 20 things I learned in my 20s. This is point number 4. Point number 4 is being afraid of people is stupid. Hold on. There's a quote. I wrote it down. There's a quote that my pastor said like 2 weeks ago. And I really like the quote. I wrote it down. Let me see if I can find it. Basically, he said that when you fear people, you never really are going to be able to fully live your life. Hold on. I wrote it down. Oh, no. Skipped it. So yeah, basically, being afraid of people is just about one of the stupidest things you could do with your life is being afraid of people. I mean, it's crazy this day and age how many people are afraid of other people. Like, that's so stupid. Like, imagine snakes being afraid of snakes. Or, like, lions being afraid of lions. Or, like, fish being afraid of fish. I don't know. It's just dumb. Why? You're afraid of a person? There's nothing scary about people, okay? And, like, I feel like it's a crippling fear in life. Like, there's people who won't even post on social media because they're like, I'm afraid of what people are going to think about my post. Who cares what people think about your post? You're going to spend your life on this planet scared of people? You got to be kidding me. You know what I'm saying? Please don't be afraid of people. They're just people. We all have the same. I always tell this story, but I always tell it because it's so true. The first time I went to Afghanistan, this was 3 years ago. I went all by myself. I took a direct flight straight to Afghanistan all by myself. Nobody traveled with me. And I was sitting on the airplane, and there was only 6 people on the airplane. One was the pilot, one was me, and there was 4 other UN members. So there were 4 members of the United Nations and me. I was the only tourist on the plane, and the flight attendants. There was like 2 flight attendants. And I remember the guy comes to sit next to me. He's working at the UN, and he says, "Are you in the UN?" And I said, "No." And he goes, "Why are you coming to Afghanistan?" I said, "I'm coming to travel to Afghanistan." He said to me, "Oh my gosh, I have been going to Afghanistan for 6, 7, 8 years, and I'm terrified to go by myself." He said, "I'm in the United Nations, and we have our own underground bunker." The UN has their own underground bunker in Afghanistan, so they don't actually have to enter Afghanistan. As soon as they get to the airport, they have a bunker that's underneath the airport. There's a tunnel underneath the airport that leads to this utopia that's like this underground bunker, because the people in the United Nations are too scared to actually go inside of Afghanistan. And I said to this grown man, I said, "You guys are a bunch of wimps. Go to enter Afghanistan." They're like, no, we're scared. These are a bunch of terrorists. I'm like, and you're in the United Nations? You gotta be kidding me. So I get to the airport, boom, I go right through immigration, and the Taliban's looking at me, and they're like, "Girl, what are you doing here?" And I'm just like, "I'm traveling." And they're like, "You mean like you came here to travel? Like, just you're not here to do anything else?" I said, "Yeah, I'm here to travel." And I said, "I'm a YouTuber, and I make YouTube videos, and I would like to make videos here traveling Afghanistan." You should have seen the look on their faces. The Taliban, they had the biggest smiles on their face. They said, "Would you mind going to see a couple of our friends first?" I said, "Sure." They took me in this little car thing, and I met more people as soon as I got there. I met 20, 30, 40 members of the Taliban. And they were so unbelievably flattered and incredibly nice, kind people. And they said, can we ask you a question? Why are you not afraid of us? Like, everybody thinks that we are demons that crawled out of hell. Why aren't you scared? And I'm like, because you're people. Just like you have the same blood in your veins. You have the same 2 eyeballs, the same brain, the same nose, the same 2 arms, the same 2 legs. What am I supposed to be afraid of? They were cracking up laughing, and they were like, no, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. And they asked me a question. They said, do you think that people on earth have more in common than we don't have in common? I said, absolutely. He said, right, we're normal people. We pay bills. We go home. We sit with our kids and our wife, and we go to work. Like, we're the same people that are all over the planet. I'm like, right. Humans are not scary, is all I'm trying to say. And you will have... Now, are there people who do scary things? Like, are there people who hurt people? Yeah, sure. Sure. But I don't think being scared of them is the answer to life. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even think that's the case for most people. Most people have no idea. Most people have no idea the people that they're afraid of. You know what I'm saying? What are you scared of people for? Don't be scared of people. You're going to be holding yourself back in life, and you're creating fears in your own head that do not have to exist. People are not scary. They're just people. And I think if you're a Christian, it's a sin to be afraid of people, because it says it in the Bible that you're not supposed to be afraid of man. Fear of man is stupid. You're supposed to be fearing God. That's who you should fear. But people are not scary. So anyways, let's say somebody judges you, somebody doesn't have a good opinion about you, somebody makes fun of you, somebody, you know what I'm saying? Who gives? Who cares if somebody doesn't like you? Chances are, if somebody's attention is on you, somebody does like you. It's just that not everybody knows how to express liking somebody. You know what I'm saying? So I just know so many people who are so scared to like post on social media, or they're so scared to like put themselves out there. And you shouldn't be. There's so many different YouTube channels or accounts online talking about this. Like, there's what is it called? There's a name for it. I can't think of the name right now, but it's like intentional humiliation. I believe in that. Like, I don't think you should do things on purpose to humiliate yourself, but I do believe like you should be doing something that is humiliating at least once or twice a week. And not humiliating in the sense where you're doing something to be humiliated, but I mean just stepping out of your comfort zone so that you can prove to yourself that it's not scary. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, fear of man is stupid. That's the 4th thing that I've learned in my 20s. I turn 30 next week. Christmas Day, December 25th, is my birthday, and I will turn 30 years old. I have just come out of an era. I've just come out. Exposure therapy. Boom, that's what I was looking for. Exposure therapy. I said humiliation therapy. I meant exposure therapy. Yes, that. I think we should all be doing something that scares you a little bit. Like, maybe you tell somebody that you like their shoes, or you tell somebody that you like their coat, or like you just do something that is like, it takes you out of your comfort zone if you do find that you are embarrassed or shy or scared of people, so that you can condition yourself. Speaking in public, that's another one. Do something so that you break yourself out of this shell that makes you feel so scared of other people. People aren't scary, trust me. I have been to 139 countries, and I've seen 139 different cultures, and I've seen so many people in my life, and I'm telling you, most people, well, nobody's worried about you that much. Does that make sense? Like, maybe you might be a passing thought in somebody's head, or like a passing, somebody might have your attention. You might have somebody's attention for a split second, but most of us are kind of in our own worlds all day, you know? So, you shouldn't be afraid of people. Even if somebody doesn't like you, somebody has a bad opinion about you, somebody says something mean about you, so what? Now what? Your life is gonna end? If your life was gonna end, then my life would have ended, because I've had tons of people who do not like me, and I'm still, look at me. Look at me. I'm still sitting here. I'm perfectly fine, so let me be an example. You will be okay if people don't like you. Okay. The fifth thing I learned in my 20s is, I'm trying to think of the thing I want to say next. Okay. This is a deep one. Lock in. This is a deep one. The fifth thing I learned. Oh, by the way. Shout out to, oh, wait a minute, guys. We got a donation. Hold on. We got a donation from Amy. Amy. Thank you so much, Amy, for the donation. Amy has donated several times. Amy donated $15. Thank you so much, Amy. We just reached $25 in the donations. Thank you so much, guys. This helps me keep going on this mission of visiting all the countries in the world, which I'm doing with my life and have been doing for my life for the past, how many years? 8 years I've been doing this, and I'm trying to finish visiting every country in the world next year. So it helps me keep going and bringing you guys videos all over the planet Earth. If you can donate, donation method is via Cash App in the comments. We've raised $25. If somebody donates 25, we will reach the first milestone of 50. I'm trying to raise 350 in this live stream. Shout out to Amy and the two people. Right? We had two super chats. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, I'm gonna reach the 50 mark. So yeah, if two people donate $15, we'll reach it. Or one person donates 25. We've raised 25, is what I'm saying. Humans do scary things. Talk about the recent shouting violence. I never said humans don't do scary things. I said being afraid of people is stupid. It's no way to live your life. Being afraid in general is no way to live your life. If you want to crawl in a ball and say, I'm scared of people, then by all means, go for it, but your life is going to suck. Because there's people here on Earth. You're never going to get away from people. They're not going anywhere. So, if you sign up to be afraid of people, you will have a miserable life. People aren't going anywhere. So all I'm saying is you take control of your life by not being afraid of people. And you're supposed to put your trust in God to protect you. So it's not that you're saying, I don't think anything's going to happen to me. No, what you're saying is, I'm going to live my life so that I'm not going to waste my time here on this planet being scared of people. Trust me, I have been living a brave, bold life for the past 10 years, and I promise you, I'm trying to tell you from the other side that people are not scary. They may seem scary, but people are not scary. I'm telling you, I've met the biggest and the baddest people. They're really just little kids. Like, that's one thing I've been learning about people is, like, we're all little children inside that, like, grow up on the outside. You know what I'm saying? We grow up physically, but on the inside, everybody's this little kid that they were when they were young. We're just maturing on the outside. People are not scary. And even when people are acting, oh, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for being in the chat, interacting. I appreciate it so much. Oh, we just got another 5. One of the biggest revelations for me during COVID era was how many people used fear as their life compass, and that I was odd for not operating that way. I always say that I think it's an agenda. Udo, thank you so much, Udo. Thank you. We've raised $30 so far. But you're right. I say this all the time. I believe it's an agenda. I believe whoever's in control of the world, I don't know who that is. I don't know the names of the people in control of the world, but 100%, whoever's in control, whoever runs this thing, wants you scared. That's why the news is all this bad news. Why do you think they amplify? Like, for example, I'll give you an example. So I'm in Japan right now, right? And there was an earthquake like a couple days ago. And in Japan, this was no big deal. No big deal at all. Why? Because earthquakes happen all the time in Japan. I felt like 3 or 4 earthquakes in the last 3 or 4 days. Like, sometimes I'll be laying in bed and you'll just feel the building start shaking. It's Japan. Japan sits on a fault line. And so, like California, there's always earthquakes. So in Japan, the earthquake was nothing. Like, sure, there were some people that, got hurt, which is no fun. But here in Japan, it was just like, right, there's earthquakes. Now, on the other side of the world, it was blown out of the water. In the West media, big earthquake hits Japan. No, 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 no. Everybody dying. Everybody's dying. And people were reaching out to me, are you alive? Are you okay? It was bigger news in America, the earthquake in Japan, than it was actually in Japan. I know for a fact, is what I'm saying, especially during COVID, that the ultimate goal of the media is to make you this little scared wimp. That you don't do anything with your life and that you're afraid of people, you're afraid of events, and you're just scared. You're just scared all the time. Of everything. And I'm telling you, you could choose to live that life and be like everybody else, and then your life will suck and then you'll die. Or you could say, I refuse to be scared. I'm going to live. And trust God to protect me. You're either going to trust God or you're not. You're going to live in fear. You only got 2 options. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, all I'm saying is living in fear is stupid. Your life is that's the easiest way to guarantee that your life is going to suck. Your life will suck. Not it might suck. It will suck if you're afraid of everything. It is no fun to be scared. It says in the Bible, fear has torment. Like, where does it say that? Where does it say in the Bible that fear is tormenting? Give me a second. Hold on, let me look it up. Fear is torture. Oh, it's in. You want to be tortured in your own mind all the time? Hold on, let me show you. Hold on, let me kick it to you if you don't want to believe me. Hold on. Let me look this up real quick. Hold on, guys. Okay, hold on. Okay. Fear is torture. Where is this verse? Oh, it's in 1 John. I was in regular John. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. I'm trying to look up in the Bible. I should know my Bible better than this. I'm trying to look up where it says fear is torture. So anyways, even if I can't find it right now, basically being afraid is torture. Being trapped by the mind is the only thing one must fear. That's what I'm saying. You gotta let that go. I mean, you're going to die one day, so you shouldn't be afraid if you're going to die. You will die. You and me are going to die. So you shouldn't be afraid of that. But you should not be losing your life now afraid that that's going to happen. Even if there are scary people. Who cares? Okay, so anyways, we're going to look that up later. It's 1 John 4:18 that says that there is no love in fear, but perfect love casts out fear because fear involves torment. But he who fears God will be set free. Meaning, You got to let God take your mind, take control of your mind and your life, and not people. Okay, so that was my 5th point. Oh, okay, this is the point. Hold on, guys. I'm opening up a can of worms here. Here's my next point. I'm talking about things I've learned in my 20s because I turn 30 next week. I'm about to leave a decade of my life. I'm closing a chapter. So I've been reminiscing about everything that I've been learning in the past 10 years because, yeah, I'm turning 30. So here are the things that I've learned that I wish I could go back and tell myself when I was younger. Okay, here's another thing. This is deep. Were you guys ready for it? You guys ready for it? Okay, here we go. God is the only person who's never going to hurt you. Oh. Sheesh. Did you hear me? God is the only person, not that he's a person. He's the only one that's never going to hurt you. Sheesh. You keep expecting that you're not going to be hurt by people. Everybody is going to hurt you. Everybody. Humans are incapable of totally, completely, outright. God is not a person, because how can a person create a person, right? God is the creator. Jesus was a person, but God himself is not just a person. So that's what I mean. He's the only one who will never leave you, never betray you, never stab you in the back. Everybody else will. Now, I'm not trying to say, well, screw everybody and, that you shouldn't have relationships. No. I'm not saying that. Here's the definition of love. Hold on, let me prove it. Let me prove it. I will prove to you that everybody will stab you in the back. Everybody will hurt you. There will be a time where somebody doesn't treat you right. Hold on. Okay, hold on, I'm looking, hold on. And let me further explain what I mean by that. Because I'm not saying that you should let everybody mistreat you either. That's not what I'm saying either. Hold on, guys. Okay, yes. Here's the definition of love. And I believe most relationships in 20s are really fragile and people are selfish while thinking they're doing great. Yeah, I think we're too immature in our 20s to have perfect relationships. Now, if you're in your 20s and you do have them, that's beautiful. Okay, so this got me when I was reading it. Here's the definition of love. Everybody thinks love is like this ooey gooey feeling and you just want to hug somebody and you just want to make goo-goo eyes at somebody and hold hands all day. That's not love. That's probably lust. That is probably lust. Let me tell you what love is. Okay, boom, here we go. Love is in the definition in the Bible, 1 Corinthians 13:4. Love is patient and kind and long-suffering. The first thing the Bible says that love is long-suffering. Why would he say that? Why would he say it's long-suffering? It's not jealous or boastful or proud. It's not rude. It doesn't demand its own way. It's not easily irritated. It keeps no record of wrongs. Come on. Look, guys. I didn't say this. Love keeps no record of wrongs. Why would God say in the first verse in the Bible that love is long-suffering? Love is long-suffering, and it keeps no record of wrongs. Love never gives up, never loses faith. It's always hopeful and endures through every circumstance. It's 1 Corinthians 13:4. Why would God say that love is long suffering and that it keeps no record of wrongs. Why? Because we're all going to wrong each other. It is impossible not to. And if you love somebody, here's what you're saying. This is why I think that it's very hard to ask somebody to love you, right? You're asking a lot. You're asking a lot. What you're asking somebody when you say that you love somebody, this is what you're saying. I will not keep a record of all the things you do wrong. I will always forgive you, and I will suffer with you. With you, I won't, if we're suffering, I'm not going to leave you. If I'm suffering because of you, I'm not going to leave you. That's what love is. Love is not an ooey gooey, you're so cute. That's not love. That's lust. Love means you will continuously forgive somebody over and 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 over. That's all love is. So humans, we're incapable of not hurting other people. God is the only one who will totally stick around with you all the time, always believe in you, always never give up hope on you, and always be there for you. So if you're looking for that, listen, I'm about to say something for the girlies and for the guys too. Listen, if you're looking for somebody to never hurt you, always believe in you, never stab you in the back, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. There's no person on planet Earth. I've looked. That's a good thing though, because you should get your audacity, and that's why I tell you that you shouldn't be afraid of people. You should get your audacity and your backbone from God, not from people. Because you're not going to be able to get a backbone from people. There's no body that is going to come stand behind you and be your protection, and there's nobody who has your back for real like God. We're selfish. People are selfish. We are worried about ourselves and our own, whatever we see works out best for us. All of us. So if you're looking for that in a person, you ain't going to find it. Now, I need to do some explaining, because I'm not saying that you should just put up with somebody who treats you bad. No. I'm not saying that. That is also just as worse. I think you should be very selective in who you choose to be in your life, romantically or whatever, your friends, whatever. But you should also know that that person cannot treat you perfectly. Now, there are lots of green flags that you should pay attention to and gravitate towards, I'm not just saying pick anybody because everybody sucks. I'm not saying that. No. I think you should pick somebody who loves the Lord and is dedicated to the Lord, because that is the only chance you have at somebody being able to treat you right, because, it's the only thing that keeps us from falling into the dead black hole of humanity without God. We're hopeless in and of ourselves and our own strength and our own will and our own wit and our own minds. We need God. So I think if you're saying, well, if everyone's going to betray me, everyone's not going to treat me right all the time, and nobody's going to love me perfectly than God, then maybe I should just be alone forever. No. I'm not saying that. You shouldn't just be alone forever. I believe find somebody who's got the same goal that you do, the same love that you do, which I believe should be God, because humanity is failure. You know what I'm saying? Pick somebody who loves the Lord, and not saying they're going to be perfect either, because they're not going to be. But I think it's your best chances. Okay, moving on. Here is the sixth point I have learned in my 20s. Okay. Okay. Here's another one. Amen to that. With the path in mind, come on. What human knows what they're doing on their own? Nobody. They don't know. We don't know how to do anything on our own. Nothing. Okay. Here's another point I learned in my 20s, guys. We're getting on to point number 6. Who I like and who I don't like. Here's another reason why I don't believe. Hold on. Here's another reason I do not condone. Not that I don't condone, but I think, oh, wait a minute. Amy donated another $5. Thank you, Amy. Amy donated twice. $40 we've raised so far. Thank you so much, guys. I'm trying to raise $350 in this live stream. It's for this Every Country mission. It helps me keep going. We've raised $40 so far. Thank you so much to Amy, who donated so many times. 2 times in this live stream. In total, Amy, $30. Thank you so much. If you can donate, the donation method is Maryjane Byram on Cash App, which is pinned at the bottom for the spelling. I want to get to the first milestone of $100, which is, we're only $60 away. So if 2 people could donate $30, we'll reach the first $100 goal. So yeah, it would be so helpful, and I'm so grateful to the people who help. Thank you so much. It keeps me honestly going on this crazy mission of visiting all the countries in the world and bringing you guys the content. So two commit to overcoming each other's flaws. 2 imperfect strangers commit. 2 imperfect strangers commit to overcoming each other's flaws. We both bring our own challenges. Boom! Bulls provides the support in areas you are weak in. Marriage is about having someone to experience the highs and the lows with. Having someone on your team who provides the support in areas you're weak in. That will last about 5 minutes, right? That's something I learned. That's I don't have this on my list, but that is another thing, kidest. That's another thing. Somebody being physically attracted to you means nothing. That means nothing. It will not sustain a relationship. You should not care how physically attracted somebody is to you. I met one of my close friends because I was sitting in the mall one day. I was sitting in the mall, and this girl comes up to me. You guys can hear me, right? So I was sitting in the mall, and this girl comes up to me, and she looks so sad. Like, I've never seen anybody look so sad in my life. And she was holding this little baby, and she was kind of looking at me. So I kind of just said hi to her. I didn't know if she wanted to say something to me. Have a blessed evening. Okay. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a good evening. So yeah, she came up to me. I talked to her, and she basically was extremely beautiful. And she had this little baby. She was holding this little baby. Basically, she was telling me that she was heartbroken. She needed somebody to talk to. She was thinking about, taking her own life. And I'm so glad she came to talk to me. She was basically, I think she was like an Instagram baddie. And I don't know if she does it. I don't even know if she's on social media anymore, but she got one of the biggest soccer players in the world liking her. And I'm not going to say his name, but he's one of the biggest soccer players in the whole world. And he followed her on Instagram and was obsessed with her. Obsessed. He took her on private jets. He took her they would have lunch in Milan. They would go to Dubai. That's where she lives. That's where I met her. Dates in Dubai. He would buy her Lamborghinis and, giving her the princess treatment. He was very attracted to her. She was extremely beautiful. And I guess they were in a relationship, or whatever you want to call that, however people want to call it. They were in a relationship, and about she got pregnant, and as soon as she got pregnant, about 3 months later, he told her that, he wasn't into her like that, and that he would always take care of her financially because she got pregnant, but he wanted to move on. He didn't see a future with her. And this girl literally was contemplating taking her own life because of how unbelievably depressed she was. And I'm glad we became friends, and I was able to talk to her and stuff like that. But she's okay now, and she's single with the baby and all that. But what I think a lot of women do sometimes is we think that attraction means somebody likes you. Somebody being physically attracted to you means nothing. I mean, I mean, it could be the first encounter or whatever, but that does not mean that somebody is somebody is willing to take you on, and somebody is in a place where they're mature enough to say, I'm going to dedicate myself to you for the rest of life. That takes a mature person. It is way deeper than physical attraction. You should not, girls, we should not take, and I know it can be vice versa sometimes too, but usually the case is that a woman, we might feel so flattered when a guy is attracted to us. It doesn't mean anything. Can you guys hear me? Is the audio working? Somebody said that there's no sound. Is there sound for you guys? Yes. Oh, so you can hear me. Oh, okay. So yes, it is way deeper than just physical attraction means nothing. It should not be, I mean, sure, it could be like an initial thing, but it does not sustain relationships at all. Okay. That was the sixth thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm going to make 4 more points because it's 2 o'clock in the morning. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I got to go to sleep. Okay. You think love is caring for someone when you have nothing to gain from them. Boom, bingo. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm gonna do 4 more points. So, things I've learned in my 20s. Here's another point. We are on number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're on number 6. I'm in Japan. Okay, we're on number 6. I'm talking about things I wish I could go back and tell myself, things I've learned in my 20s because I turn 30 next week. And, man, there's so many things that I missed the mark on that I learned from, but I'm not upset about my mistakes because how else am I going to learn? Okay. Number 6 is don't try to succeed too fast. I think one stupid thing that people do, even not in your 20s, even past your 20s, I think a lot of people think that success is something that should happen very fast, almost instant. And if it does not happen instantly, then it's not going to happen. Love this another matcha and getting some good advice. Oh, I love it. I'm so happy. I'm here to help. And I honestly wish, I really do. Like, no, I'm not going to say I wish I knew these things. I had to learn these things. But, man, if somebody could have told me this stuff, who says I would have believed it? But, anyways, don't try to succeed too fast. I think we live in a day and age where everybody wants everything so quick. Dang. We rush everything in 2025. We rush relationships. We want everything so fast. And I've noticed a lot of things because I've been watching. I think because, I don't know. I've just been watching. And there's a saying that like as the quicker a shooting star goes up, is it goes down even faster. Have you watched The Pink Courtroom by Pretty Little Thing? No, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that. But here's what I'm saying. Don't try to succeed too fast. Here's something I've noticed from witnessing things. Relationships that happen fast usually end fast. Success that usually happens fast usually ends fast. And there's this saying about shooting stars. It's not just a saying, it's true. Do you ever see have you ever seen a shooting star? I've seen them twice. A shooting star, like a star shooting out of the sky. Not out of the sky, but it's a star that's dying. Shooting stars die because they were made too quickly. A star to be visible on Earth takes like, I don't know how many years, hundreds of years it takes for a star. Okay, I'll check it out. I haven't heard of that. Basically, when we see a shooting star, it's a star that is dying because it was a star that was made too fast. Stars take time to be visible here on Earth. It takes hundreds of years for a star to grow to the size where we here on Earth can see it. And stars that, boom, explode too fast, they die fast. And I've just noticed that. I mean, I've noticed it in so many things. It's like the quicker something goes up, usually the quicker it goes down. Thank you so much. Don't try to rush stuff. Rushing usually means quality is not that good. Take your time building something. There's nothing wrong with that. If you don't see yourself blowing up as quick as everybody else is blowing up, that's usually a good thing. Look at all these poor celebrities that had these big careers at one point, and because there's so many celebrities that say, I was thrown into success too fast, I was thrown into popularity too fast, I was thrown into business too fast, I was thrown into life too fast. And they're all, I mean, there's tons of celebrities that are doing horrible, and I'm not necessarily just talking about celebrities, I'm just using this as an example, that sometimes a slow drip is better than a quick burst of something. You get what I'm saying? Don't try to rush things. Don't try to rush anything. If your life feels like you have to take one step at a time and everybody else is blowing past you, that's usually a good thing. It's usually a good thing. Just keep moving. Momentum always beats speed. Momentum beats speed every time. It's that person that can keep running at maybe a slow jog is going to beat that person who can quickly. Love you, girl. Thank you for existing. I watch your videos, girl. I be watching. I love your advice videos as well. The Cash App is Maryjane by Arm. It's pinned in the comments. Yeah. I think that now, if you're somebody who will start and then you stop, and then you start and then you stop, and then you start and then you stop, that's not good either. That's not good. You need momentum. Momentum will, like a steady momentum beats somebody blowing past you. You know what I'm saying? Who cares? That person you have no idea where people are headed. So you should just never be in a rush to do anything. And my grandma always told that to me. Rushing never is good. On anything, don't rush relationships. Don't rush anything you're trying to do. It might take a minute, and it should take a minute. If you're actually building something that's meaningful, it's not going to happen overnight. Impossible. Okay. That was point number 6? That was point number 6. And the things I've learned in my 20s, I turned 30 next week. December 25th is my birthday, and I'm going to turn 30. I'm not sad about turning 30. I'm excited, but I'm closing a chapter right now. My 20s is coming to an end. And so I've just learned so much. It's not even funny. So was that point number 6 of the things I've learned? Of course, I've learned lots of things, but I'm talking about the things that I guess stick out the most. Okay, so point number 7 is letting people miss you. Ooh, this is a deep one. My grandma, I think my grandma and my mom would say things like this. You just turned 31 yesterday. Happy belated birthday! Okay, so here, letting people miss you. The art of being the one that's... This is a good one, guys. Okay. So when I was in high school, I very much was trying to fit in with everybody, and I did not fit in with everybody. I was the new girl because my family moved a lot, and so when I went to high school, I was the new girl, and I very much was on the outside, and people really didn't like me. And I tried everything, you guys, to fit in with these people. I tried everything. Oh my gosh. And people would pretend like they liked me, but then like I was not like them, so I never really fit in. So anyways, I tried though. And I remember I tried to be at every party. There was parties at my high school every weekend, several times a week. And everybody was doing drugs, everybody was drinking at these parties. Everybody was having sex, sleeping with each other, doing drugs, drinking. And I didn't do any of these things, but I wanted to be there. Oh yeah, I was not going to be the one that didn't go to the party this weekend, you know? And so I would beg my mom, please let me go to this party. And my mom would be like, why do you want to go to the parties? These people don't like you. And I'd be like, I just had this big need to be liked. And I thought that, well, if I keep showing up at the parties, I'll make more connections and I'll be liked. And so I'd beg my mom to go to all the high school parties. And my mom would always say, Maryjane, you shouldn't be the person that everybody knows where you're going to be at. Like, everybody knows you're going to be at that party. Everybody knows you're going to be at every single party. You're going to be at every single event. You should be the one that people miss. You should be the one where nobody knows what you do on the weekends because you're not in the mix. She would always say to me, like, being out of the mix is actually cool. But I wasn't trying to hear that. I was not trying to hear it. I was at every party. Everybody's party. I'd find a way to get there. I would beg somebody to take me. And yeah, at the parties, everybody was drinking and sleeping and doing drugs. And I would just be the awkward girl that's just sitting there just so I could be there. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until I was about a senior in high school, I finally started to feel like I don't want to be that person that's everybody knows where I'm going to be. I'm doing what everybody else is doing. I don't want to be that girl. So finally, my senior year, I stopped. I stopped trying to go to all the parties. I stopped showing up anywhere. I would only go to school and then go home. And eventually people would, basically people would start to be like, girl, what do you do? Or where are you? Where have you been? You haven't been at the parties. Da, 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 da. And basically what I'm trying to say is you should letting people miss you is a very good thing. It's a very good thing. People should, your presence, your vibe, you as a person should be valuable. Am I making sense? Like, your presence should add value to wherever you are. Like, if you're in a room, you should add value to that room because you're not in every room. You get what I'm saying? If you're in every room, you're at every party, you're hanging out, everybody knows where you be at, everybody knows you're going to be at the function, you're not valuable. But it's like, if you show up somewhere and people be like, so-and-so is here? You get what I'm saying? They should be like, so-and-so is here? Yo, like, they're not always, you know what I'm saying? It is way cooler to be the person that is missed. You should not be the person that's always around. People should be curious about you. Like, where is so and so? She's, man, what does she do? Like, it's okay to tell people what you do, and you might just say, I'm just not somebody who hangs out too much, but your presence should be valuable. Your presence is not valuable if you just be out everywhere, anywhere. You get what I'm saying? If everybody sees you out drinking, everybody sees you at the parties, they know you're going to be at the clubs, they know you're going to be at you know what I'm saying? I'm serious. It is way cooler to be the person that is missed. So that when you're in a room one day, when you're in somewhere someday, people are like, oh, so-and-so is here. I got to talk to her. I got to talk to him. You should be locked in. You know what I'm saying? You should be about your business, but not about everything. You know what I'm saying? It's way cooler. Don't be the one that has to be everywhere. Do what you got to do. Go to work. Go home. Go to school. Go home. Don't be at all the parties and all. You know what I'm saying? So everybody always knows you're around. Everybody knows what you're going to do. And your presence becomes invaluable. And I'm telling you, it's way more fun to just protect your energy and protect who you just give yourself to. You should very much be selfish with your presence, your personality, or whatever that is. So is it good to hang out with family and friends? Of course it is. Of course it is good to hang out with family and friends, but maybe just keep it there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe keep where you go and who you hang out with, keep it there. Don't just be giving it to anybody, anytime, anyway, every party, every club, every bar. And being missed is cool. Being the mysterious one, nobody knows. You know what I'm saying? It's just cooler. It's not about mystery. It's just about, it's kind of like when you see a Lamborghini, or when you see a really nice car, when you see a Tesla truck, or when you see a Bugatti or something, you're like, oh, why? Because you don't see them all the time. What do you see all the time? Camrys, Toyota Camrys. When you see a Toyota Camry, you're not like, oh, look at that Camry. Now, are Camrys nice? Yes, but they're a dime a dozen. Be a I don't know, pick your favorite car. Your favorite, I don't know, any sports car. A Lamborghini. Because when a Lamborghini is coming down the street, everybody's looking. Oh, snap. Don't be a Camry. Nothing wrong with Camrys. My sister has a Camry. Gorgeous car. Very reliable. I'm not making fun of the car. I like Camrys too. I'm just saying, I'm not really talking about, let's pick a different car. Really appreciated because it's everywhere. Something becomes more appreciated the more exclusive it is. And I think we should be that way with who we are as people. Just don't be giving yourself to any environment all the time. So I didn't get that until I was older, but my familiarity breeds disrespect. Come on. And I don't know, when you're in a room, the room should be like better. It should be like, oh, so-and-so is here. Again, this doesn't relate to your close family and friends, but everybody else, yes. Be very stingy. You also protect yourself that way. You work to buy your first 2.2 Camry just for it to be roasted. Like, you're being too sensitive. You need to grow a thicker skin. Way too sensitive. Okay, here we go. Points that things I've learned in my 30s. Okay, so I'm sorry. Things I learned in my 20s. I'm now entering my 30s. You learn that being a person of rare sighting and silent is golden. Come on. Brings peace and clarity. Words are more powerful when less spoken. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. Okay. Things I've learned in my 20s. I guess we've made 6 points so far. Let me see what we got going on here. I'm also fundraising today, guys, for my mission of visiting all the countries in the world. I wanted to raise $350 today in the chat. We've raised 60. We raised 60, right? Love this Queen Bless. Have a good night, girl. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope to see you soon. Oh, wait. The board. Okay. I am, fundraising. Okay, we fixed it. Oh no, now the thing. I'm fundraising today for my, there's only 14 days left in the year. How many days are left in the year? 14. As soon as January hits, I will be off to go finish this every country mission. I'm freaking out, but very excited at the same time. In the world. So yeah, I'm fundraising to help me travel and bring you guys amazing content for oh my goodness, I keep hitting the whiteboard. Okay, here we go. I wanted to raise $350 today in the chat. We raised 60. So yeah, everything helps me with this mission of visiting all the countries and bringing you guys great content. The donation method is via Cash App, which is in the comments. We're $40 away from the first milestone of 100. If 2 people could donate $20, we hit the first milestone of 100. Donation method is via Cash App, which is pinned in the comments. It's my name, Maryjane Byarm. Everything helps me to keep going. My name is Maryjane. It's on YouTube. It's my YouTube name. And I would love to fundraise in this live stream. It helps me so much. And I'm always going to be here to try to help you guys with all the things I'm learning and travel content. So yeah, we've raised 60 so far. And I was hoping we could get to the 100 mark, the 100 milestone. So we're $40 away from that. If there's anybody in the chat that can help your sister out and donate, it is so appreciated. Even if it's $10 or $20, it adds up and it helps me keep going. And so very appreciated. So yeah. We were talking about things I've learned in my 20s because I turn 30 next week. We said don't stress over relationships in your 20s. I don't believe you should ever stress over relationships. That's not just a 20s thing. Focused succeed was my other point, meaning that focusing is like the easiest and hardest thing in life, and very few people know how to do that. Everybody's worried about other people. I think things that steal our focus are being mad at people, being jealous, getting hurt by somebody, scrolling on your phone, wasting your time on social media or the media in general, the news. Some people get so caught up in the news. You're wasting your life on things that have nothing to do with you, will never have anything to do with you, whether that be politics or personalities online. And there's people who waste their time by just doing nothing at all, and kind of just dreading or being scared. But it's a special kind of person that knows how to literally block out the world and focus. Happy early birthday. Thank you so much. My birthday is in 6 days. Oh, we got a donation? Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much, Jason, for the $10 donation. That is so sweet. I appreciate it, guys. Now we raised $70. Thanks, guys. So yeah, I think it is a very special person. It doesn't take a special person. It takes anybody, but it usually is a special person that knows how to block out the world and just focus. Like ignoring all the crap that's trying to steal your attention all day. Social media is trying to steal your focus. That politics are trying to steal your focus. Whatever's going on the news that day is trying to steal your focus. Or people are trying to steal your focus. Somebody you're beefing with, or somebody who hurt you, or anything. And all you have to do is focus, which is ironically the easiest thing. It is so easy to ignore the world and just focus on God and whatever God has you doing. It's so easy. But for some reason, it's also easy to get distracted. You start looking all over here, all over here, all over here every day. How old do you have to? Hi, how old do you have to be to watch this live? Any age from 5 to 99. You could be any of those ages to watch the stream. These are just things I've learned in the past 10 years. That's the only reason I said like 20s, is because I'm leaving my 20s. So, but any age, because I think these are life lessons. I just happen to learn them recently. I think staying focused is so hard. There's so many things that oh, thank you so much. God loves everyone. Agreed. And he loves you. You're welcome. I pray for you in your continued. Thank you so much, guys. Man, I don't know. I've been through a whirlwind of things, and I'm so passionate about sharing them with you guys. If you haven't noticed, it's unbelievable the amount of things I feel like I've been through and learned, and I just have to share them with you guys. So for those of you who tune in and ever listen, I'm very grateful, because I've been through it all. I'm sure you guys have too, and I just have so much to say, because I genuinely want to help people in the world. I didn't go through all this stuff to not try to help people too. So we also talked about, another point was being fear of man is stupid. You should not be afraid of people. Yes, somebody said in the chat earlier that people can be scary, blah, 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 blah. Sure. But you're going to waste your life being afraid of people. You really are. People are nothing to fear. We're all just trying to get through the day. We're all just trying to do the best with, well, not everybody's trying to do the best, but people aren't scary, and we shouldn't make them out to be. I think one thing that the media does is it tries to demonize people, like, oh, these are evil people, these people, like, we're all just people. And we shouldn't be afraid of each other, and I think you should trust God with taking care of you, not people. Trust God to watch over you and protect you, but don't be afraid of human beings. Don't. And I'm not saying you should walk into, a bad, dangerous area on purpose, unless you feel like you should, or, but just not living your life in fear is what I'm trying to say. Do you have any tips for learning other countries' languages as well as cultures, such as key questions you ask, or just a specific places you choose to visit? Also, happy early birthday. Thank you so much. Yes, I do have tips for learning other countries' languages as well as cultures. Go. I always say that learning a language is very easy. Very, very easy. God will not give us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Preach it. God did not put us here so that we could be afraid. I'm telling you, he did not. He didn't put us here to be afraid. To learn a language, all you have to do is travel to where you want to learn the language, and you will learn it. Just make sure that you don't have your headphones in all the time. That helped me so much. I think a lot of people are addicted to wearing headphones when they're walking around. Take your headphones out when you're traveling, and listen. Your brain will pick up language. Your brain naturally will learn language. Talk to people, listen to TV shows, travel, and don't Like travel, actually travel. Don't travel and then be on your phone all day or listen to music all day. When you're traveling, take your headphones out. Don't have headphones in if you have them in, or don't try your hardest not to just speak in your own language all day and try to listen. You'll pick up the language. That's how I learned how to speak Japanese. But yeah, we're not here to be scared. I know we're not. I know we're not. We're not on earth to be scared. And too many of us are. We're afraid of, I think because we're all addicted to the news, that we're afraid that something bad's going to happen out of nowhere. We're afraid of some random disaster or something like that. And they do happen. I'm not going to say disasters don't happen. They do. But that's where the trusting God part comes in. You have to trust him, or you're just going to be in a whirlwind your whole life. And it's so much easier to just put your life in God's hands, you know, and stop being so scared. Turn off the news. Just turn it off. It's always bad, okay? There's nothing good on there, and there's plenty of good things happening in the world, but they don't go to the news. Why aren't the 17 million flights that land safely every week, why aren't they reported on the news? Because the news is not about the good things that happen every single day. It's about the bad ones. So then you think the world is so dangerous. You think that, you know, you're living on a, you know, you think your life is not good, or your life is about to be taken away from you at any second. And in reality, it's just the world that the media has tried to portray to you. So happy birthday to you, Mary. And I know we got different time zones. Yes. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes, guys. My birthday is December 25th, but it's in 6 days. So I'm very excited. I turned 30. Have you ever used Duolingo or documentaries to study on the side, or is it purely from it's purely from interacting? I've never used Duolingo, but it couldn't hurt. Could never hurt if you want to use it. The best way to learn a language is speaking to locals. You will pick up language so fast when you travel, especially if you're traveling solo, because that's how I learned Japanese. I've always traveled here by myself, and there's nobody to speak to in English unless I'm talking on the phone, or, you know, talking to YouTubers, or talking to you guys. But other than that, everybody's speaking Japanese around me. Your brain picks it up, especially if you are intentionally trying to learn the language. Like if you're paying attention, like there's some things I've learned that aren't necessarily Japanese, but they're cultural. Does that make sense? That's why I think you should go to a country to learn a language, because like there's certain things that Japanese people say that aren't like Japanese literature. That's in every language. There's things we say in America that aren't like technical English grammar, but it's just the way that we talk, right? Like if somebody said, what's something we say in the US that's not necessarily English grammar? Tons of things. The same thing is, slang. You will never really learn how people talk unless you're interacting, in the culture, exactly, like Ebonics. And you need to, because you need to know how people talk so that you don't sound like a crazy person. Because, like, say you're in America and somebody comes up to you and is like, "Hi, good day, sir. Top of the morning." Like, nobody talks like that. Like, it's proper English, but you want to be able to know how people actually talk. And so I love being able to talk to people, and I've learned some more things recently, and just being here in Japan, some new lingo that Japanese people say, and I'm starting to be like, oh, okay, I get it. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, that's why I think traveling is the best way to learn a language, because you can learn from textbooks and all that, but okay. Traveling, and making sure that you make it a priority to interact with people. So yeah, so far, you guys, we raised $70 in this live stream. I'm gonna get to the 100 milestone. I'm fundraising for this mission of visiting all the countries on planet Earth. I'm on a mission to visit every country in the world. I've been on the mission for 8 years. That's what this YouTube channel mostly is about. Yeah, I have 56 more countries to go. And I am not stopping until I'm done. Yeah, music is a great way too. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Will you ever come to Canada? I've been to Canada 3 times. I've been to Canada. But yeah, I have 56 countries left. So, I would love to, let's see. It's 3 o'clock in the morning right now. Number 8 is coming, but I want to fundraise. I want to fundraise a little bit. So let me see what's going on here. I gotta do a little math. Okay, we're 280. We are 280 away from today's live stream goal. I feel like my brain is starting to shut down a little bit. It's almost 4 o'clock in the morning here in Japan, so if 10 people donated $28, we'd reach today's live streaming goal of $350. So you can donate via Cash App, which is pinned in the comments, Maryjane Byram. It is also helpful. It keeps me going on this mission and bringing you guys content. Like I said, my birthday is next week. It's December 25th is my birthday, and then after my birthday, I'm gonna go out. I've got to go finish the Middle East and Africa. I gotta finish all those countries there, and could use a ton of help for anybody who can donate. Oh, another one? You said another donation. Thank you so much, Jason. Donated twice. Thank you so much. We're at 80. We fundraised 80. Thank you so much. We're 20. Right? I'm trying to do math. Okay, so we're $30 away from. Right, we're $30 away now. Sorry, I'm trying to do math. 3 o'clock in the morning. From our $100 milestone, we fundraised. Oh, thank you so much for the second super chat. Thanks, guys. We're at 85 now. Thank you for the multiples. Donation. Thank you so much, Kenneth. So yeah, I'm excited, guys. I'm very excited about these live streams. I think they've added a different aspect to traveling. I'll be live streaming in all the countries. Also, of course, vlogging, but I plan on doing a lot of IRL live streams in all these new countries, which is really exciting. So yeah, we've fundraised 290. No, we're 290 away from the goal. My brain is slowly like oh my gosh. So yeah, if 10 people donated $6, we'd hit the next milestone. Or if 10 people donated, we'd hit the whole thing if 10 people donated $26. I feel like for a long time I was like boom, 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 boom. Like I was here, and then I'm like plummeting. My my cognitive abilities are plummeting. Okay, hold on, guys. What? Okay. So if 8 people donated $33, we would reach today's goal. And I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more points to make in this live stream. We've been talking about things I've learned in my 20s because I'm turning 30 next week on December 25th. Thanks for the birthday wishes. And so I've just been reflecting on what I learned in that past decade. And things I wish I could have told myself. Although this doesn't apply to just people in their 20s. It applies to everybody because it's just things I've learned. So yeah. I'm also fundraising to help me keep going on this mission of visiting all the countries and bringing you guys great content. I wanted to raise $350 in today's live stream, and we raised $80 so far. We're great. I'm like, my brain is frying. Yes, we raised $80. Oh boy. Yes, we raised $80. So we're $270 away from the goal. So if 10 people donated $27, we'd hit today's goal. If you could hit your girl with a donation, if it's $25, if it's $15, it helps so much. I do need a little coffee. I feel like this whole time I was fine because I'm still a little bit jet lagged. Like, I've been in Japan for 10 days and like I'm pretty much, the jet lag is pretty much gone, but I woke up like 2 or 3 hours ago and I couldn't go to sleep, so I decided to do a live stream. But yeah, it's about to be 4 o'clock in the morning, so I feel like my brain is starting to shut off or something. But I definitely want to fundraise this, so I'm not going anywhere. I could use so much help with this goal, so I'm gonna see if we can raise this, and then yeah, that would be so awesome. I still, like I said, I still have. So here's what we'll do. Let me make another point, and then yeah, I will get rest. I also need to fundraise, or else I can't keep doing this. So if you can help your girl, donation method is via Cash App. I really want to raise this whole $350. We're so close. We're only $270 away. So okay, so we were talking about things I've learned in the last 10 years of my life, and I'm gonna finish this live until we reach this goal. We're $270 away, guys, from the fundraising goal. That's highly inappropriate, so no thank you if you're asking for sexual favors. That's prostitution, which I am not, so no thank you. So what is the thing you would say you fully overcome from when you were 20 now that it's been almost 10 years? So what's the thing you would say you fully overcame from when you were 20 from now that it's almost been 10 years? Oh, I guess it's what we've been talking about this whole live stream. I feel like I've overcome being afraid of people. I used to be very scared of people, people's opinions, being disliked, being misunderstood, being hurt. These are all associated with being afraid of people. And I've learned in the past 10 years it is completely useless. There are going to be people in life that don't like you, that do misunderstand you, that do hurt you, that are going to stab you in the back, that are not going to believe in you, that are going to leave you, or whatever you're so afraid of. And it's okay. Like, it is perfectly okay. There's nothing. It's almost like the inevitable. Like, you shouldn't sit and hope that no problems are ever you're never gonna face any problems in your life. No, you're gonna face problems, but you're 90% of the time you're gonna be perfectly fine. So I would say that I've overcome my fear of people. I used to be scared of people. I'm not afraid of people anymore because I've realized that we're all just people, and I don't want to be afraid of the thing that I am. It sounds silly to me, and I'm not going to be on this earth scared of other human beings. And it's not going to hold me back either. Another thing that I've learned and overcame was the ability to focus. I think that is the easiest yet the hardest thing for us, is just to focus. We're so worried about everything else. Everything else. We're worried about other people. We're mad. We're angry. All these things are distraction. We're obsessed with what's on the news, who's on the news, what is the hottest story right now, what celebrity's got something going on, and whether it's the Kardashians or it's somebody in politics or it's somebody, whatever it is. It's like our attention is everywhere else than where it should be. The ability to focus is an art. It is an art form to be able to shut out the world and focus. And it is a path, in my opinion, not only to a successful life, but also to a peaceful life. You will be at so much peace if you don't know what the heck is going on in the world, and you don't care, and you're not obsessed with anybody to the point of where that person is taking away from your life, whether it be in a good or a bad way. And you just realize that you're not in control of the world, and you're okay with that, and you're focused on God and whatever God has got you doing here. Okay, another thing I've learned and feel like I've overcome is stressing over relationships. I used to stress so much about relationships, trying to hold on to them for dear life. How do you choose what to focus on? I feel like I'm so lost on what path to choose. I feel like the thing you should focus on most is a relationship with God, because I think He will tell you the path that you should choose. Chances are, if you're very passionate about something, that thing probably was planted in your heart to be passionate about. Like, if you're so passionate about something, that's probably maybe your purpose, or connected to your purpose, or what God has you on the earth to do. I was so unbelievably passionate about seeing the world and traveling to every country, and traveling as my life's kind of trajectory. And I also want to be an author, and I want to write books about my travels. I want to do all these things. I believe that I'm supposed to. That's why I go for it. But I think that there is a level of faith that you just have to jump out in the deep part of the water anyways. Like, nobody is ever 100% sure of anything. There is a level of faith that it is going to take for you to choose something in life. To choose your path in life, go for something. There's a saying, and it's like, do something lest you do nothing. Making a wrong choice is better than not choosing at all. That's called analysis paralysis. Analysis paralysis is where, like, you get so worried about choosing something that you don't choose anything. No, it would be better that you chose something and maybe it was the wrong path. So now you can adjust, which is fine. It's perfectly fine to adjust and start over, versus you doing nothing because you're afraid to choose the wrong thing. So yeah, yes, I am still. Are you still going to places in Japan and show us around? Are you still going to places in Japan? What do you mean? I'm in Japan right now. I'm talking to you from Japan. What do you mean? I don't understand the question. But yeah, I don't think you should be afraid to choose the wrong path. If you're passionate about something, go for it. But I don't think it's hard to choose what to focus on in life. Don't choose the stuff to focus on that's not benefiting you at all. You being obsessed with whatever's going on in the news or whatever is going on in the media, it's fine to observe it. It's okay to observe things, but for them to get to a point where they're stealing your time out of your day, that's a problem. I think that's a problem. And that's a lot of people. They're so obsessed with the news and the media and this story and that story, and it's stealing your focus, it's stealing your life trajectory. Especially if you're doing it sedentary, like sitting. So anyways, yeah. I would say also other things. I've learned is the only person that's always going to, um, everything that is always going to, the only person that's never going to leave you and love you perfectly and have your back totally is God. There is no person that's going to do that. People are going to fail you. People are going to hurt you. Everybody, probably. There are going to be times where you feel like nobody believes in you, and it might be true. I've been there. There's big chunks of my life where I was totally alone. Nobody had my back. Nobody believed in me, and I had to fully rely on God. Like, completely rely on God. I had nobody to call. I had nobody to go lay on their couch or lay on their bed. I had nobody to hug. I had nobody. But dare I say that was one of the best times in my entire life, because I learned to trust God. And I learned actually that God was actually the only person who was always going to be there for me, no matter what. And I think that when you know that, you can do anything. And the people that come and go in your life, it's less of a big deal. Like, there's people that are going to stay in your life, and that's beautiful. That is beautiful. But there's people who are going to leave your life. Okay? Whether you want them to or not. You should be okay with that. Your hands should be open. Your hands should be open and not trying to grab onto something so hard. Let it go. Let things go. If people want to go, relationships want to go, because it's going to be a part of your life anyway. So you might as well learn how to let things go, let people go, let relationships go, and know that God has got you. And whoever he has there in your life, that's beautiful. But whoever he takes away should be removed, and we should be okay with that. I would say, okay, let me see what we got going on here. I'm also fundraising today, guys, for my mission of visiting all the countries in the world. So there's 14 days left in the year. So that means there's 14 days until I have to get back on the road and go finish these countries. And it would be so helpful to have some help, because this is incredibly hard. So today's live stream, I was hoping to raise $350. We are $270 away from the goal. So if 10 people donated $27, we'd reach it. Or $30 is probably a more sound number. Yeah, we're $270 away, so if 9 people donated $30, we'd reach it. So the donation method is via Cash App, which is in the comments, because on Cash App I get the whole thing. Let's say goodbye to the 20s. Jesus got us. Yeah. Say goodbye to the 20s. I'm very excited to enter my 30s. So yeah, if there's 9 people in the chat who can donate $30, we could wrap this up. We could wrap this fundraiser goal up of raising $350 today. And yeah, I'm going to live stream until the amount is raised. So I believe we can do it. And again, I'm so grateful. It's so helpful. Oh, I'm turning 30. Oh, that's a good thing. Yeah, I turned 30 in 9 days, right? No. I turned 30 in 6 days. So yeah, if there's 9 people who can donate $30, hey, I don't know, semantics. If we'd reach it, I believe we can reach it. Does it get lonely sometimes not having anyone, even with believing in God? No. No. Because to be honest, I don't think we really have anyone anyways. if I'm being very honest with you. Like, I don't want to make it sound dark, but like, we came into this life alone. When you were born, nobody was born with you. You came here alone and you leave alone, right? And so if you don't get secure in knowing that, like, I feel like there is a point in life where you have to start to understand that we don't really have anybody anyways. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody could be taken away from us at any point, and then what happens? You know what I'm saying? Like, you probably, I don't know, if you're blessed, you have both of your parents in your life. That's a blessing, but they're not going to be here forever. You might have, you know, a relationship, but they could leave at any time. They could die or leave you or anything. And then what happens? You know what I'm saying? What are you now going to break down and not be? No. You have to come to a point in life where you look at people as a blessing. So relationships are a blessing to you. Absolutely. If somebody actually cares about you, that is such a blessing in life. But on the other side, if nobody cared about you, I think you should be the same level of okay. Because you don't really have anybody. We can try hard to nurture relationships and they're beautiful, but we cannot rely on them as if that's what we get, that's where we get our peace from. Or your self-worth from. No. You have to learn that you've got the ultimate companion in life, which is God, which he can't die. He can't just suddenly leave you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can leave him, but he can't leave you, you know? So, I don't know. I feel like once you learn that, you're good. And then all the relationships you do have are just such a blessing to you, but they're not a necessity. Because somebody can up and hurt somebody and just chooses to leave you one day and then you're not okay suddenly. No. You gotta be okay, because there's gonna be a day where that person is not gonna be around anymore. So, moving on to another point. Oh, okay. So these are things I learned in the past 10 years. I would say that one of the biggest things I've learned is what I like, who I like, and I think some people don't give themselves enough time to learn who they like. I'm speaking romantically. I think when I was young, I was, I, I I was attracted to all the wrong people. I mean, all the wrong people. I had to mature to figure out what I wanted and what was valuable to me, what personality traits were really meaningful to me, and what I liked in a person. It takes time, so don't try to rush finding your person so fast. I feel like sometimes you have to learn to appreciate certain things in people, and it took me this long to learn what I liked. And you might say it took you 30 years to know what you want. Yeah, I didn't know what I wanted in a companion, and it was something totally different 5-6 years ago. 5-6 years ago, it was all about looks. I wanted somebody 6'5", and you know, it was all about looks, the physical looks. Now I value. It's not like I don't value the looks anymore, but I value way more important things. Relationships are basically here to teach you about yourself and others. It's like a lesson you learn. Absolutely, 100%. And thank you so much for the super chat, Layla. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. If you need to mature a little bit, mature a little bit. If you know that you, I definitely did. I did not know until recently what I actually wanted in a relationship. Before, I feel like I was just acting out of trauma. I appreciate it so much. Yeah, before I was definitely acting out of trauma and looks. I just wanted a man who was tall and I don't know, what the world would consider cool, and even if he treated me bad, I didn't care. And I just can't explain how different. Sometimes you need time to mature and learn. You know what I'm saying? Of course, there was other things that I'm not going to say because, um, you know. Anyways, I had a very immature selection process. That's what I'll boil it down to. I had a very immature selection process when it came to what I thought I wanted in a man, and I've matured so much to actually know what I want, and I think some people don't give themselves enough time to see what kind of person works for them or what kind of person is really valuable. You know what I'm saying? Like, it took me a minute to be able to value word. That is such a deep word. But I did not value a lot of the things I value now. So I learned that somebody, I'm not going to put it on here because people will think I'm looking for somebody and I'm not. Okay, so another thing that I've learned, yeah, don't try to succeed too fast. We already said that. So many people want the fast track to everything. They want the fast relationship. You meet somebody and you want to fast track that thing so fast, and or they want to fast track success, and if you don't get something very fast, then you think it's not working, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, don't rush things. They're shooting stars go down. Shooting stars are dying stars. Dying stars die when they go up too fast. Stars were not made to form fast at all. They're kind of slow movers, and then they grow to the point where we can visibly see them, but it takes a while. And I mean literal stars in the sky. So we've got a couple more points to make. The art of letting people leave you. I guess we kind of touched on this, but the art of letting people leave you. I think it is something that, if learned correctly, can open up so much peace in your life. Oh my gosh. I feel like so many people, we take it personally, way too personally, to think that somebody doesn't want to be in our life anymore, whether it be a friend or a romantic relationship. And I believe that we should do it well. If somebody wants to leave you, in grace, let them leave. And I don't mean in a smart manner where you're like, screw you. If you want to, no. If somebody wants to leave you, let them leave. In peace. You should come to, thank you so much for the super chat. Again, thank you. Okay, now we're at 85. We're at 85 now. You're dealing with this now, Sia? I think that, thank you so much. I've read about this. I've read about this in a book called The Laws of Human Nature. And we're so prideful. The human race is so prideful. We think that everybody's supposed to accept us. Everybody's supposed to want to be with us forever. Everybody's supposed to value us. Everybody's supposed to see the best in us. And that's just not how life works. That is not how life works. Not everybody's going to do that. Not everybody's going to want to stick it out with you. It's not everybody's going to value you, no matter how valuable you are. It has nothing to do with who you actually are. Some people just are not going to value you. Some people are not going to see the good in you, and that's okay. And there's some people that are going to want to leave. And I believe it is peak maturity when you can let people leave in total, like you can wash your hands. You can wash your hands and say, no problem. Because you know who you are. So your value doesn't come from somebody wanting to be with you or them not wanting to be with you. You know what I'm saying? So like, if I'm insecure and the only way that I feel good is if somebody wants to be in my life or something like that, then you're just going to be on this yo-yo. You're going to be on a yo-yo your whole life, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Someone likes you, somebody doesn't like you. Somebody likes you, you're down. Somebody likes you, you're up. Somebody doesn't like you, you're down. Somebody doesn't. This is going to be your whole life, because there's going to be people who don't like you, whether it's a coworker, a boss, a dude, a friend. Learn to leave, learn to let people leave in grace. Somebody doesn't want to be in your life anymore. Somebody's starting to ghost you. Let them. Let them. Say, okay, I totally understand. I wish you the best. That's it. And you move on. Let me tell you something. But do not let them just waltz in and out of your life. If somebody wants to decide to leave, let them leave and close the door. Because I do know that there's people that like to play games. And they'll want to leave and they'll want to come back and they want to leave and they want to come. No. If somebody wants to leave, whether it's a friend or whoever, somebody you can find, you start to sense that somebody doesn't like you and somebody doesn't want to be. Close the door and move on. There's 8 billion other people on planet Earth. And you didn't need that person in your life. And if somebody wants to be in your life, that's beautiful. If they don't, let them leave. I'm just telling you. Don't be wrestling with people. And don't be begging people to stay with you. It's desperation. It's not cute. And it does not attract. When you're desperate for somebody to... You're begging somebody to stay. It actually makes a person literally have a low opinion about you in their head. You know what I'm saying? Somebody will literally, in their head, when you can't let somebody go, you're telling, like, you're giving that person all the power, and it does not breed respect. You know what I'm saying? The person's gonna be like, this person is desperate. Whoa, thank you so much for the super chat. Okay, we just reached 100. Thank you. Thanks, Daisy. You agree with you? I just did my last relationship in August. Listen, if there's something I've realized, if somebody wants to stick around, they will. There's nothing you can do for a person who wants to stick by you. There's nothing you can do for a person who wants to stick by you. They're going to stick around and they're going to find you. If they have to go to the ends of the earth to find you, they will. For a person who actually wants you, they will go through hell and high water to make sure that you and them stick together, that they don't lose you. A person you don't want to be in your life, say, open the door. Say, bye. But I don't mean don't do it in an attitude. Don't do it in, screw you. Don't do that. Just say, okay, no worries. I will be okay. Because you will. That's the thing. You will be okay. The world's not going to end because some guy you like, some girl you like don't want to be with you no more. There's other guys, there's other girls. It's just because your mind is so, you have this insecurity issue. So every time somebody leaves you, you think this has to do with you. It has to do with your, who you are as a person. And so what you're really scared of is like being alone in life versus like you really thinking that this person is it. They're it. That's it. They're the only person. They're not the only person. There's other people. And I'm sure that person is either going to do one of two things when they leave. They're going to be like, dang, finally I got away from this person. And they're going to be happy, which if that's the case, you need to let them go. Or they're going to say, dang, I lost that was a good person. Why did I do that? It's either going to be one or two things. But I dare say that even if the person tries to come back, don't let them because they're probably going to do it again. So anyways, let people go. Let people go. There's other people. Don't have this mindset like that's the only one. That's the only guy for me. No, it's not. That's the only... I'm wondering if I should tell you guys this story. Should I tell you this story? I will save it for a different live stream. We'll save it. And I'm telling you, it is very attractive. Yeah, no more. Stop giving people that that open door where they can just walk in and out anytime they want. Don't do that. It's disrespect. And it actually is very attractive when somebody is not... Obsession is never attractive. It is actually kind of scary. Obsession is a huge turnoff, and it's It does not make somebody want to be with you when you are trying to dig your claws in. Don't leave me! That's suffocating. Nobody likes feeling that. Let them go. It's funny you say all this. That's literally going on with me. It's been over a year and I'm still stuck on him. Girl, let him go. Trust me. You're either going to delay this or you're going to make it worse. You're either going to delay it and make it worse, or you can end it right now. And what I mean by ending is that ending the suffering, the hurt. You are only delaying your own peace. End it right now. If a man, let me tell you something about men. I've learned they are the hunters. They are this in the relationship, not always, but most of the time they're the hunters. They know what they want. You will not have to beg a man who likes you to stay around. Now, sometimes there's people who just don't value you. They think you're always going to be around, so they'll just, they'll be in and out whenever they feel like it. But one or two things going to happen when you let this man go. When you let him go in peace, don't let somebody go like this. Screw you! You don't want to... Screw you! Your life is going to suck. You're gonna regret this day. Don't do that. Don't do it. Let somebody go in peace. Okay. Go on. One or two things going to happen. He's going to regret it so bad. And he's going to be so upset. But that's on him at that point. I'm not saying that because somebody regrets something, that somebody regrets what they did, doesn't mean that you let them back in. But either one or two things going to happen. He's going to let you go, or he's going to let you go. That's the other thing. He's going to be like, dang, finally I'm away. And you never want anybody to feel that way about you. If somebody feels, think about this. Let me paint a picture for you. Visualize this in your head. Picture somebody out and about in life, right? And then their phone buzzes, right? Their phone buzzes. So their phone is in their back pocket. They take their phone out, right? When somebody takes their phone out and they see it's you want somebody who's going to be like, oh, yes, so-and-so texted me or so-and-so called me. That's the reaction you want from people, especially romantically, right? Now, let me paint you another picture. Somebody's out in the world. Their phone buzzes. They take their phone out of their pocket and they see it's you and they go, her. You never want this reaction from people. You never want to be that person where somebody goes, her again or him again. Do not be that person. I'm telling you. Do not. When somebody hears from you, you should spark a sense of calm, a warmness. You should have a warm, you should have a warm response from the person that you like. Not a, that's what happens when you trying to dig your fingers into somebody and you can't let them go. Let them go. Let them go. And just know this. Right now, your brain is telling you, you need this person. It's the only person. You cannot live without this person. This is the greatest love you'll know. This is the greatest relationship you'll know. You have to hold on to this for dear life. It's the only person for you, right? That's a lie your brain is telling you. It is a total lie. You're not thinking clearly. You can't see clearly. Trust me. As soon as you get out of that, your brain re-regulates, your nervous system re-regulates, and you realize that there's plenty of other people out here. Your brain is lying to you. It's actually not even your brain. It's your psyche that wants to protect you so badly. So it's going through all these great lengths to protect you, but they're false lengths. It's a lie that there's only this one person and you need that one person. It is not true. There are plenty of people out here, and I do not believe that there is one person that is for us. That's just not true. You have too many emotional anger, sadness, regret, hate. You have too many emotions: anger, sadness, regret, and hate. Yeah, let go. It's going to be more peaceful for you. It's going to be so much more peaceful. You're going to be doing yourself a favor. And then you open up a door if there is somebody better. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just say that there's this better person for you, but you're pushing off that relationship with that person because you can't let go of this thing, you know? And you might say, I don't want that person, I want this person. It's dangerous territory. You should never you should never hold on to anybody, like, to the point where you can't let them go. Nobody. Because that is not even love. It's something else. It's desperation. So, easier said than done. I'm saying all these things like they're easy, and they are not. It's only easy after you did it and you got over it, you know, then you see how, you know. No, it's still not easy, but trust me, I'm not saying any of this like it's just simple. But I know that what I'm saying is true, that if you have to hold on to somebody, then they don't like you. They don't like you. And I believe we should be able to build our self-esteem up so high that when somebody doesn't like us, it does not take away from how you feel about yourself. You shouldn't give other people power to make you feel the way that you do feel. Don't let anybody have that power. You should feel the way you feel about yourself because you decided who you think you are, but don't give it to somebody else, especially if they don't like you, you know? So, God's got something better for you, darling. So much better. You have no idea. Okay. Yes, the art of letting people leave you. Okay, hold on, guys. Okay, we got to the $100 mark. Can you guys hear me? It looks like the chat is frozen. You guys still here? Is the chat frozen? Can you hear me? Guys? Uh-oh. Do we freeze? What's going on, guys? No! Oh, no. Guys?